Boker Tov, Rosh Shlomo Katz.
Shavua Tov, Boker Tov, my father.
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. Folks, we're in for another treat to start off the week for some inspirational Pulse of Israel Torah and music. And this morning with Rosh Shlomo Katz, not only are we going to be talking about music, we're going to be talking about the amazing concert we just had last night with you together with Yishai Ribo. And as I was saying last night, two of the most soulful Jewish musicians today.
What an honor. What an honor to be put in that.
In honor of Yishai Ribo.
My honor.
But seriously, it was an unbelievable concert. And again, it fits totally with the Torah of the week, because we just read Parshat Beshalach, the Jewish people going through the splitting of the Red Sea, the miraculous escape from the Egyptians, God's miracles once again, the uplifting belief in God after seeing that, even with the decline afterwards, which is again the yin and yang, the upping of belief and then not actually realizing it and practicing it. But we have the famous Shirat Hayam, the singing to the Jewish people. And some people don't understand. I just said this yesterday. We were privileged to go to this special concert of you and Yishai Ribo last night in Yerushalayim, Binyanei Uma. And it was so special. Again, I used to go to concerts when I was younger. I haven't been to a concert in a long time. But it was really, really special. The uplifting, the involvement of the audience, not just in singing from the seats, but the dancing in the aisles and going up to the bima, to the stage, and the dancing up until the stage. I think a lot of people who do not daven at your shul in Shirat David,
Our shul,
who do not daven at our shul, synagogue, Shirat David, do not know that we experience that every single Friday without having to pay money. And yet that plenty of them paid money in order to experience that. So do you want to give some thoughts from yourself on what last night's concert meant to you? Because you don't perform that much anymore.
Yeah, for me, I've noticed that my children were there, and they never really saw their Abba like that.
That was your life?
That was my life on that stage many times. So it was definitely a flashback, but it also felt very natural for me. It was very interesting. I guess it's natural for me to sing with people. I guess that's what it is.
Right.
Stage is not a natural thing for anybody. It's not natural really to be up here and people down low, but when it's literally like I did feel, we were just davening or we were praying, so it took away the distance, and that's very, very important. It happens to be also that Yishai is a gem. He really is. So doing it with him was also felt sweet, right, felt good. And I came home last night and couldn't go to sleep till 3 a.m, but I just looked up and I said, my kids are going to be the coolest kids tomorrow at school. That is what I thought.
Right, because there were many classmates at the concert from the community. Oh my God.
They got to come backstage and hang out and meet him, and it was just strengthening our mission of this actual building we were broadcasting out of, and also coming off of Shabbos Shira, like I said on Friday night in shul, what makes our shul different on Shabbat? What Shabbat Shira? Every Shabbos is Shabbat Shira. It's just that we read on Shabbat Shira, but it felt like one big shul last night.
Yeah, it did feel like one big shul last night. And again, those people who paid for that one experience until their next concert don't know that we experience this. We are blessed to experience this every Friday night.
But then people won't come to concerts anymore. We'll just say, I'll get it for free. I'll just come.
We went. That's right. We went to experience that. Experiencing it Friday night without the music.
Yeah.
Without the musical band. Without the lighting and all the extra stuff. there is a sweetness and a simpleness to that.
Yeah.
But yet, every once in a while, to experience the wow of the lights and the band and the excitement of a huge crowd. But it was special because we got to see clips of just you singing. We got to see clips of just, watch and experience of Yishai singing. And then both of you together. The sweetest of the sweet. Each of you have your own power, your own sweetness, your own taste, and then the two of you together. Like the one thing, like many of us, I know me and my family were saying at the end was like, if only we would have sang together more. We wanted more. We wanted more. Each of you, we enjoyed your own songs. Then together was wow.
You want a scoop?
Sure.
You like scoops? Yeah.
Oh, of course.
We'll be together again later this year. I know, at least one time.
I saw that it's out already.
It's out, yeah. But the way it's out is that I'm doing something separate, but we're going to be doing something special together in Yom Ha'atzmaut.
Yom Ha'atzmaut. Yeah. Looking forward.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. And the other special thing for me and my wife Rachel as parents is all of a sudden we saw our kids on the screen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're on the screen, part of the video of what was going on, focusing on them singing and dancing. So that was very special. So everyone, next time you hear of concerts by either Rabbi Shlomo Katz, which hardly happen, so take advantage of them when they do, or Yishai Ribo, and he's coming to Australia in 2 weeks, go. And in the meantime, come to Shirat David for Shabbat, right? So let's go into Shirat Hayam. What's going on? Why the song? What's important about the song? What's important about who starts singing the song? What's going on here, Rabbi Katz?
The women knew what was going on. We hoped that we would believe enough that a miracle would take place and so that something would happen. But the women came prepared, knowing that it was going to happen. How do we know that? Because when the women start singing, it says they took out the drums that they had. Till today, a tambourine in Hebrew is called a tof Miriam,
right,
which means Miriam's drum.
Right.
Because the women had this deep sense of bitachon that they're going to be singing. So when they...
bitachon is trust, right.
Yeah. So when the miracle took place, they were ready to go for it. By the men, it's a little bit different. Like, oh my God, what just happened? And the sages tell us, Allah beliban lomar shirat. Something just arose in the heart to start singing. But some people look at singing as a luxury or an additional thing that has in the world of being an observant Jew. And by us, we take it very, very seriously. This is the pulse of Israel. It's the pulse of our observance. The song enables me to go to places that my mind doesn't need to rationally come to terms with. And we're always trying to rationally come to terms, like we saw already what we did with the Eitz Hadat, with the Tree of Knowledge. That's what our mind is constantly trying to capture and whatnot. But really, the song says, okay, soul, you take over. You take over. So I think that's what happened then, that they were trying to make sense of what they were experiencing for 10 years of slavery, and then a year of all these awesome miracles. But then a song came and said, forget it, you'll never fully get it. But what's your soul telling you right now? Sing. And they were just being one with themselves. They're being true with themselves, and they allowed themselves to express themselves. Look how much, with words, we're very limited, but when people sing together, to sing together with someone, you got to be close. To talk to someone, you don't have to be close. I feel like we were so close to each other. So the natural response was, this is what happened. To start singing.
And what message are we supposed to take for it? And you touched upon it, that the women knew, as opposed to the men it took the men longer. Is this something still we're supposed to learn from today?
100%. The teaching of the Baal Shem Tov, it says that one of the signs that Mashiach is mamish coming is that women will find their place again. Like anything very holy, it can get lost in translation again as well. But one of the beautiful things about our shul is that there are hundreds of people here on Friday night, and sometimes there are more women than men. And I know that in the world, to some of the world, they'll be like, it's all dependent on if women lead services or not, and that shows we're talking about something much, much deeper. I would say the pulse of our shul. I mean, look, I'm just coming out of my Sunday mornings. Right? My Sunday morning, the last 5-6 years, I come out of a classroom right next to me, and I learn with the women here, about 25, 30 women, about the redemption of the world.
Right, and my wife was one of those women.
She sure is. And they're leading the pulse of this community. Clear. No question. Of course, there's what that's still happening today. And I please God that, well, the men will have enough guts to actually be mad enough to
know their place.
To know their places.
Right.
Very good.
And you touch upon something, like on the one hand, we can go into this in a whole different show because it's really deep and touches upon so many things about today. But ultimately, even though men in Judaism have the spotlight, so to speak, of being out in the public, Judaism knows that the true leadership comes from a spiritual side of the women to ultimately lead us to the redemption.
Right.
Even though the face on the outside might look like a man, it's up to the man to man up and say, okay, I might be out here, right, but the real power that's driving the Jewish people and the spirituality comes from the feminine soul, the divine, that only women have and men don't have.
We see it all the time. It's true. But again, it's about manning up.
That's a good way of putting it.
It really is. Now, listen, I have 4 daughters, and then I have a prince, but I have 4 queens, right? So in my house has been that energy for many years now, Baruch Hashem. So and my wife is a queen, so I see it firsthand.
Right, and I have 4 boys, so I only have four princes.
You will have 4.
Please God, Be'ezrat Hashem. But the message I give them is look for a female partner who is stronger than you. Right? That's what we need, that female partner who is stronger than us. The amount of education doesn't make a difference. They're strong in their spiritual side, and that's who you want next to you. So then I'm going to come at you from a different direction.
Please.
How would the story of Kriyat Yam Suf, the splitting of the Red Sea, been different had the women not sang? That's such an essential part of the story.
Maybe it's true, because it says that only once they sang, then it was like, okay, now you can proceed and march towards Sinai. Maybe it would have taken hundreds of more years to. I can't even. It's not a place I even want to try to imagine. That's the truth, because I can't imagine on any shape or level to move to journey ahead. I don't think so.
Right. But the point is that, yes, that spiritual aspect from the feminine is necessary in order for us as a people to move forward.
Shira, Bisla, the way we speak about it, Shira Chadasha, B'nomar Lefanav Shira Chadasha. There's a new song that's being composed right now as we're sitting here in the Holy Land, and it's spreading to the whole world. But that song is rooted in the divine presence, right? The Shekhinah. And that is obviously that's the feminine aspect of God's spiritual revelation in the world. And when we keep on saying, like we say every morning, God is restoring His Shekhinah back to Zion, it's really this final piece of this picture of rebuilding the Holy Land and coming back here has very much to do with us men learning from the women this very deep nikuda of expressing ourselves in song to Hashem. When women can, get together in a room and the flow, it's such a natural flow.
Right. In general, it's harder for the man to get into it. So it's flow with the music and not be self-conscious. No, it's true. It's true. Women have less of that in general. You touched upon Miriam's tambourine, right? First of all, I think it's indicative of the tightness between the Torah, the Bible, the Jewish people, the fact that our language is so connected
I love it.
to the Bible, and that a tambourine is called a Miriam's tambourine
Drum.
from the Bible, Miriam's drum, right? Today, there are plenty of people learning, not as much as should be, but learning about the redemptive times and how to bring the redemption, like you're teaching and learning with the women of our community. And something started that my wife got involved in, where women have purchased tambourines and have them in the house to be ready for when this is new. You didn't know this?
Yeah, you know what? I heard of it as if it's like, you know.
Yes, I mean, I don't know how many women. I know my wife has a tambourine ready in our dining room to just take out and start playing the second Mashiach comes, right? The second Messiah appears. And it's about knowing we're in the now and prepared for it if it actually happens, as opposed to just dreaming about it and talking if and when one day. But it's the women taking the lead, and we want those Miriam tambourines in our house to be ready when it happens. Wow, so you didn't really know about that?
No, I mean, I knew, again, a lot of things that I'm still in shock over when I hear about people taking a lot of the Torah we learn here literally. It fills my heart and soul with joy.
So there are women out there who have done that. They've purchased tambourines and all ready for
just like back then.
Just like back then, right? And again, the reason it's so important for me to have these periodic talks whenever Rabbi Shlomo Katz has time for me, he's a busy guy, doing a lot to help the Jewish people and teaching, is to open up people's minds to this Torah, to this awareness that it doesn't just have to be you teaching about it or us talking about it, for people to internalize it for themselves, how miraculous these times are, and to get yourself into the headspace to want to have that tambourine in your house as well.
Whatever that is, like, to have it ready.
Right.
To not be shocked, or like to prepare yourself. Don't be shocked when it happens. We've been preparing for this our whole lives. So let's let them lead the way in that respect.
Right. Rabbi Katz, always a pleasure talking to you.
What a way to start the week. I'm so excited.
The highest of the high. Right here. And we will end off with another gorgeous clip. You want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get live/recorded clip of Rosh Shlomo Katz.
Okay. Master of the universe, I will sing a song to you. Where will I find you? Oh, but where do I not find you? Where I go, there you are. Where I stay, there you are too. Only you, you alone, you again. Only you, only you, only you, only you. Only you, you alone, you again. Only you, only you, only you, only you. Master of the universe, I will sing a song to you. Where will I find you? Oh, but where do I not find you? Where I go, there you are. Where I stay, there you are too.
starting the week on the highest of the highs with some Pulse of Israel Torah with our Shlomo Katz. Shlomo Katz, thank you. Everyone, have an amazing, amazing week. Take this as a high. Internalize the messages. Internalize the Torah. Go out and want to learn. Go out and want to come to Israel if you're not here yet. And if you are here, come and visit Shirat David. If not for a Shabbat, then during the week, but definitely for a Shabbat. This episode is for a full recovery, refuah for Dvara Bat Nisa Etel. Everyone have an amazing week. Shalom, signing off from the eternal and ancestral homeland of the Jewish people in our eternal biblical Judean hills. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shalom.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.